that you will never call me again. But in a few months we'll fall back in love again. 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 Fall back in love. I'll delete every photo of us, burn the bridge till it's settled in dust. But the silence is louder than pride, and I've got nowhere left to hide. So unblock your number by June, tracing shadows of you in my room. It's a cycle, it's a habit, it's a beautiful mess. Saying never just to put our hearts to the test. We're the kings and the queens of the one last